I assume. I mean,
Yeah.
you're reading books. You know, you're probably going to seminars.
Oh, tons.
You're probably like you're opening up to your career and building your career with all of your abilities, with your heart, your soul,
Uh-huh.
your body, your muscles, your mind,
Uh-huh.
your friends, your relationships. You know, might even have tapped, you know, relatives. You might have tapped your savings. You've put everything into blazing this new career.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you
That's
don't want to
priority.
go over getting. You don't want to chase getting married with that same intensity.
Well, I don't. Number one, I think part of what I'm doing is my lifestyle. You know, I'm sharing my lifestyle to the world. And
Yeah.
I want this to be grounded. And when this is grounded, then I'll have more to offer with the man that's coming in. You know? Because then if I was open up to man right now, I might not have time for him or for the relationship. So I don't want to get off track
Right.
for something that I've worked so hard at.
Yeah.
And I really want this to be grounded. And you know, the relationship can come in at its own pace, like something more natural. And yes, my career has been a natural phase in my life, but I'm also very dedicated, super dedicated.
Let me think. I actually listen to what people say, so I don't think about what you're saying before I ask the next question. Good shot.
I wonder how many people are actually going to watch this.
Oh, there'll be a lot on YouTube. No one's come into the chat room yet, so occasionally that happens. But just it's Friday afternoon, I guess. And
Oh, that's totally
so,
fine.
Okay. Sometimes there are a dozen, and sometimes there aren't any. Is it?
And people actually watch the whole thing.
It varies. It depends how enchanted they are. So, dependency. Do you think that part of being in a relationship is being dependent on the other person?
There's healthy dependency, and then there's unhealthy dependency, or you can call them real and false needs. So there's the real needs in a relationship where there's healthy support and mutually, both people are contributing to the relationship. There's healthy communication, there's healthy sexuality, there's healthy space, there's self-love, there's communication. There are these healthy needs. And so when you say there's dependency, if dependency is that you need the other person to validate you, you need the person to be a certain way for them to be in a relationship with that person. I don't know if I communicated that correctly. So if you're looking for someone to be a certain way, then that's not healthy. Or if you're letting, let's say the dependency is, let's say we were together, right? And I said, well, if we're going to be together, then you can't look at other girls. You can only look at me, and you can only give me attention. So, is that a form of dependency are you talking about?
It could be, sure. I mean, dependency could mean a lot of things.
A lot of different things.
I was just throwing the word open to you to see where you would go with it.
So, when I hear that, it really depends on, if we're looking at more of the healthier relationship model, then if I needed the set of requirements to be happy and I put them on you, that's called codependency, and that's not healthy. But if I gave all of these to myself and gifted these to myself, then I'm allowing the free flow of energy to flow between you and I. Or if there was something coming up, I would communicate that. And if there was something triggering me, in childhood, then I would feel it in my body, own it, and release it so that it's not, and that we can process it in a healthier way. So it's not, I'm I'm not bringing that on into the relationship. You know, relationship is going to be an ongoing unfoldment of ourself.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm looking at a healthier relationship model.
Yeah.
So if it's the false need, you know, that you need a person to be a certain way, but a healthy need, there's healthy needs. You know, there's healthy needs of communication. That's not called dependency. Communication is a must to be in a healthy relationship. Having a full life, you know, having your tank full is a must.
Yeah.
So these are certain things that are needed in the relationship.
What do you love and hate about your work?
I love helping people, and I love, you know, the private coaching that I do, and especially if they have an awakening and just to see their energy shift, you know, with the before and after. And I love seeing people's heart open up in a new way. I love interviewing people, especially men, when I'm out and about, and, you know, part of my work is to interview the opposite sex and the same sex, you know, women. And I love how, let's say with men, working with men, the information that they share with me, they're so open and generous with the information constantly, and they're always willing to help out, and I love it. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, and I think that's, you know, and I'm sharing this with women right now, that's attractive to the opposite sex, is when you're receptive to what they have to offer. Whether it was you holding the umbrella for me when we walked into the door, or you open up the door for me, absolutely. Or if you have a bit of wisdom, and I listen and I take it in, as opposed to closing that off, that's attractive, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That's attractive to the opposite sex, and I learned this through communicating and talking to men, and they're constantly giving me information, and I feel one of the reasons why men share so much is because they can feel safe with me.
Yeah.
There's this, because I've learned to love men and let go of all the negative beliefs that I've felt about them, let go of it, my heart is open, I'm receptive to the energy, and I'm open, and I'm happy. And they say, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, I guess my biggest, and then I guess something that I don't like about my work is because I carry this energy, and it's not super common. I talk to my guy friends about this, and they say, oh, she likes me. She's attracted to me. So I always have to, you know, my dealing right now, or my challenge is to find a way to still be who I am, but not mislead guys into thinking that
you want to have sex with them.
That
Most of us think that if a woman talks to you for more than 5 minutes, she wants to have sex with you.
Yeah. So, but I'm always just open.
Yeah.
So there's, if, you know, let's say I'm at a coffee shop and I'm doing some research and I'm working on my computer and a guy will come up and talk, I will talk to them and I will just say to them, and they say, oh, can I take you out for coffee? Or can we go on a date? And I'm super clear and super honest up front. And I said, I'm not one of those women who's going to just talk to you and then you're going to, you know, think that I'm going to go out with you later. I'm being upfront. I'm just an open person, and I'm actually, you know, I'll even tell them what I'm doing. And I'm doing research. So that's one of the challenges, you know, in the work that I do, is getting hit on by men all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine. Like before we did the interview, you said, Luke, don't fall in love. I said, I'll try, but, you know, it's just so magical, enchanting, and powerful, this female empowerment stuff that, you know, I'm only flesh and blood. A lot of people think, oh, the moral leader, he's so strong, you know, he's not susceptible to these things.
But that's a big challenge.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine. Yeah.
No, I'm serious. And then it surprises me because, you know, being the ugly duckling in school and still having, you know, a small part of me that still holds on to that, you know, and, you know, one of these days it's going to fully just break open and, you know, be liberated. There's that part of me that says,